Hi, my name is Bernadette Souza, and you're on to Let's Talk with Benny Souza. Let's talk.
Hello, this is Feintola for Benny Souza Media. So today, we'll be talking about high rate of divorce in our society these days compared to the olden days. So we'll be going on the streets to find out from people why we have high rate of divorce these days compared to the olden days. Come along with us.
My name is Tosin.
I'm Joseph.
My name is Alice Paul.
My name is Promise Aberenika.
Benjamin Banks Arekame.
Compared to the olden days, what do you think are the causes of high rate of divorce now?
I think lack of understanding and tolerance. Unlike in the olden days, all those are mothers now. They know how to tolerate and understand each other. But now, no one is ready to tolerate the other.
Because our girls are not ready to marry these days.
What about our boys?
Our boys, sometimes I believe the frustration of this country to get to them.
That's why they are divorcing.
Yeah, why I say so, imagine a family now that have nothing.
Okay.
Where they don't have surname. Like me, I'm talking to you now, I don't have surname. Because if I have surname, you not see me with all these BS, with all this thing, with Nika. What I'm trying to tell you, I'm not rich, right? And I was in love with my wife and my family. If, for example, now I provoke my wife or she provoke me, I walk out of the marriage, we are destroying the future of the children already. Because if mother is not there for the family and father is not there for the family, the children will go wayward life. Yes. So issue of marriage is only.
So the economic situation of the country is
yes,
also contributing to the high rate of divorce.
That is it. That's the challenge we have.
People are not patient enough.
They are not patient enough. Imagine me now leaving my family this morning, now dropping 1 naira for them. Tell me, what am I advising my wife to go and do?
A lot of people, they don't have knowledge of this marriage. Sometimes it's a little thing can cause the divorce. Maybe the wife did not listen to the husband and the husband did not trust the wife. That can cause the divorce.
It is clear that the society is worse in terms of morality. There is a lot of crave for worldly things and the desire to just go out of the norm. And because this is increasing, tendency is for people to just act in such ways, especially when they do not have the fear of God. For sure, because we see that there is an increase in situations like the evil, there is an increase in, I would say, temptations, because this is, of course, going to be the way we were seeing it now. But it is only the fear of God one is able to overcome this. And for those who do not have the fear of God, you can imagine that they're exposed to a lot of pressure that is coming from society. We're learning a lot from social media also. People are exposed to a lot of things that we're not seeing before. And because they just can learn from these things, they do not see a proper counseling means against them. So what happens is that they just want to test them or want to, imbibe these same cultures, and in the end, they fall victim of them. These were not before. In the past, we do not have, the way things are being communicated to people easily, and this is also contributing highly.
If you go to our courts today, particularly Lagos State, you find that about 70% of the cases we have in court are all about the solution of marriage, where spouse. But in most cases, I found that this issue turns from the women who, whether by one reason or the other, they found out that maybe the husband is dating somebody outside. The husband is practicing promiscuity, and in such a situation, the women get offended. But however, they fail to realize that if you fail to submit to your husband, definitely there are bound to be crack in the marriage. And by so doing, what we'll have is the solution of marriage, which is not good for our society. we've been trying as much as possible from our angle as lawyers to talk to women so that they're able to respect their husbands, so that they will be able to have a happy marriage. And we find out that children that are brought up from a broken marriage, we find out that they have this emotional trauma. And if you find out that in situations where you find husband and wife are not living in accord, they are supposed to live as spouse, husband and wife, happy marriage, you find out that what we have is domestic violence. And in such situation, not only men that are involved in domestic violence, women too that are involved in domestic violence, but what happens is that you find out that most of the cases that has to do with husband battering their wife is more reported. But that is not to say that women doesn't batter their husband. There is what we call verbal abuse, whereby you find out that these men, the husband will not be able to continue to take these verbal insults because they believe that it's disrespect to their personality and their status in the society. So, and like we always tell people that are involved in domestic violence that any man or woman that fights his or her husband is a potential murderer, because you find that some of these cases of husband killing their wife or wife killing their husband is that some of them did not, envisage that death will occur. But so we try as much as possible. We've been advising women, equally men, that they should stay clear. But another thing again, we find out that some women, because of the fact that they want to remain as missus, they will not want to be involved in dissolution of marriage. So, and they continue to remain in the marriage, where even if they are being abused in the marriage, they continue to remain there. There's nothing bad about what we call the judicial separation, whereby the man will they are still married, they are still husband and wife, but they are no longer staying together. They'll be staying apart if that will ensure peace. So it is alarming. One of the things is that disrespect either from the man, but in most cases from the women, because they believe that they want to lord it on their husband, forgetting to realize that they are not their husband have their mother as elder sister, so they cannot lord it on their husband. And because of the biblical preaching, the biblical doctrine in the Bible, that women are supposed to be submissive to their husband. But what we find in Nigeria, even in Africa, is that a lot of women are not submissive to their husband.
So the major cause of divorce rates nowadays is because of disrespect from the women.
Yes, disrespect, and from disrespect, when that there is no love lost in the marriage any longer, the man will begin to, if it's a man that is not a born again or a devoted Muslim, of course, there are a lot of women outside, there are a lot of single ladies, there are a lot of young ladies outside which are very, very ready to hang around or date married men. So that is what you find.
We have heard from the streets of Lagos what they believe are the causes of high rates of divorce in our generation when compared to the generation before us. For some people, they think it's funds or finance. For some people, they think it's sex, sexual incompatibility. And for some people, they just believe that women are not as patient as the former women or women in the olden days. But in my own opinion, I think different reasons amount to the reasons why we have a high rate of divorce in our generation compared to the olden times. I would believe finance plays a major role, infidelity. It's not like there was no infidelity in the olden days, but the women of those days could take more than the women of this generation. So now I think also the values of marriage has also changed. In the olden days, there was a lot of shaming when it comes to divorce or separation. People saw it as a taboo, like a failure. But these days, people can gladly say, I'm divorced, or I've been married 10 times, I've been married 5 times, I have 6 children from 6 different women. Things have changed. The definition of values have also changed over the years. I also think another problem is the fact that people now marry for the wrong reasons, like ephemeral things. I like her body, I love her shape, he's very tall, he's very handsome, he's very rich. People marry now more for the wrong reasons. They also do not care about family values. In the olden times, people were more closely knitted. Family was more closely knitted. It was a close-knit section of the society, how we think now. So the way we think has also changed. What do you think is the reason for high rates of divorce in our generation when comparing that to the olden times? Please comment in the comment section or send me an email at bennysouzamedia@gmail.com. Let me know what you think.